back to my channel. Today I'm going to be setting up my zero waste pantry. So I have a shelf that I'm going to try to put up, and then I have some jars, and I'm going to look for some more at the thrift store, and then I'm going to be going to my local health food store to get some things to refill the jars with so we can get it all set up and more organized than what I have now. Pretty much I have everything up on the top shelf above my cabinets. It's hard to reach and it's not as organized as I'd like. So I'm going to make this little dedicated area. And if that sounds interesting to you, then just keep watching. I'm going to get started on hanging the shelf now. So I'll see you in just a second. So this is the shelf I have. If you watched my last thrift haul video, you would have seen me picking it up. I got it at my local thrift store for $5. I have to clean it first and then we're gonna hang it. Okay, so I have my shelf and I'm gonna put it like right here, but I have to move this first, so let's do that. Ta-da! So I'm at Sprouts now, my local health food store. You can see the sign. Yay! And I'm gonna go in and get some bulk items for the pantry and take a look at some vitamins and toothpaste options as well. So let's get going. Okay, I'm back, and this is what I got. One bag full, and then my soap was on sale, so I got a whole bunch of those. And these are my bulk items that I got. I got a few different things in here, and I'm interested to see what they ended up costing me. Because I've never bought like quinoa or like bulk items like that before. I've only bought them like in jars or stuff like that. Brown sugar that I got was only $2 and I got quite a bit, so I'm thinking that's a good deal. And the quinoa that I got was $3.19. So it seems like it's at least the same price, if not cheaper, which I was worried that it was going to be more expensive because sometimes more zero waste options like that and like bulk items can end up actually costing more. So I'm excited that these seem to be in a cheaper price range. So now I'm going to be headed to the thrift store to see if I can find any more jars before I set up my pantry. So let's head to the thrift store. Just got back from the thrift store. I didn't find any jars, but I did find a cool like wooden terrarium thing that I'm gonna put like some plants in the living room, and a cool belt. So it wasn't a totally wasted trip, but now it's time to go home and fill up those jars and get my pantry set up. Okay, so I'm back from the store. Let's get started on washing the jars that I have from the thrift store and filling them up so I can finish up this pantry. So this shelf isn't going to work out. It's way too unstable. They don't feel like they're like safe sitting here, especially if I had a whole bunch stacked. So instead I found this bamboo shelf. It's a lot bigger and way more sturdy, so I'm gonna go ahead and take that one down and put this one up. Alright, so I just put this shelf up. I have... Did I do it upside down? I did do it upside down. Wow. Okay. Okay, so I got it up. It's all perfect now and as straight as it's gonna get. Okay, so now I'm gonna fill the jars. I have all my jars right here. As you can see, I have a whole bunch of them and some things to put in them. First, I'm gonna start off with this huge one. This I got at the thrift store. You saw me wash it. And I'm going to be putting pasta in here. So I haven't found any place that I can get pasta in bulk yet because I really want to, but I guess maybe it would go bad easily if it's not sealed. I don't know. One down. Okay, next I have some flour. I got this one because it comes in paper, not plastic. I got this before I decided to try to get stuff in bulk at my local health food store. So I have this, but it is in paper, so it's not the worst. But I'm gonna put this in this jar that I already had ready for flour. It's already labeled. Flour. I have another jar that I already have labeled for brown sugar. I'm gonna fill this one up with the brown sugar that I got in bulk at my health food store. And this is cool because all I have to do now is just wash this and I can reuse it for another item. Next, I have this wide mouth jar that I got at the thrift store that I'm used for bread flour. Since I'll probably need a big scoop to get in there, I think the wide mouth will be a good fit for bread flour. And again, I got this before I decided to start shopping in the bulk section for my pantry goods like flour and stuff like that. So this one I do have in paper. Bread flour. This thrift store jar I'm going to be using for quinoa because I'll also need a wide mouth for that as well to get a scoop in there. This was one of the other items I got at the bulk bin, so I have it in this bag and I'm going to fill it up in the jar. I have my rice jar here that's halfway full, so I'm going to go ahead and fill this up too. So I have this plastic bag of rice from Whole Foods, and I did notice that the bulk bins have rice. Obviously, I mean, that's pretty much a staple in the bulk bins. So next time I'm going to buy it there, but I am going to use what I have first. So I have this one, and I'm going to go ahead and fill this up. Next, I have my sugar jar. This one's already labeled sugar. This is the option I have right now. It is in plastic, but it was the best option at the time at Whole Foods. So I got the Fair Trade cane sugar, which I thought Fair Trade was more important than plastic waste. It's not always about being completely zero waste. Sometimes it's more important to be more conscious of where your products have come from and who they possibly have hurt along the way. I've talked about fast fashion and things like that. So that's why I purchased this one. Next time I might try to see if I can get it at the bulk bins like I got the brown sugar. But this is just what I have for right now. So I'm going to go ahead and fill this jar up with this. Next, I'm going to be filling up my little countertop salt container. I have this salt here. It's super popular right now, and I fell into the whole of purchasing it, so I'm going to be using it up. It is pretty cool, but I don't know if it's that important to get over a zero waste option, so I probably won't purchase it again, but it is cool to try out once. I'm going to use this jar for some almonds. So now I have my label maker, and I'm going to start labeling some of the new jars that I just got. So now that I've filled all my jars up, I'm going to go ahead and set them up on my shelf. So I'm thinking all the items on the top shelf should be my baking items like flour, sugar, things like that. And then the second and third shelves being the items I use more daily, like quinoa and rice, those kind of items. Alright, so this is what my pantry looks like for now. I mean, it's gonna be a changing thing, especially with what I use and what I don't. It'll switch around a little bit, but this is what I have so far. I really like how it came out, and I'm glad I could find these shelves secondhand and a lot of these jars secondhand as well. So that was my setting up my pantry video. I got a lot of the items secondhand, including the shelf, which I got off of OfferUp for only $15. And I did get a lot of the jars secondhand as well. I sort of fell for the zero waste trend of buying jars and getting them to be all the same and uniform so they all look nice. But really, I think it's better if you have some more character in your pantry and buy some things secondhand at the thrift store, or you can even find jars for free on OfferUp sometimes, or on Facebook Marketplace. There's a lot of groups for free items. You can find things there. I do regret purchasing some jars when I could have either saved them from items that I had been using, like pasta sauces, or purchase them secondhand very easily. I needed a jar for pasta, a big long jar for pasta, and it only took me about 2 weeks to find one that was perfect. I didn't buy one that was sort of okay because I figured I could just wait a little longer and find something that was really ideal for what I needed, and I did. So I would definitely recommend doing that. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments down below if you're setting up your pantry, how it's going. And if this video helps you set up your pantry, send me a photo of what it looks like on Instagram. My @ I'll put it right here, it's @ShopFlowerBandit. I'd love to see what you came up with and things that you found secondhand, because purchasing things at the thrift store, as we all know, makes it super unique. And don't forget to like and subscribe. I come out with new videos every Tuesday, Thursday, and sometimes Saturdays. So I'll see you in the next one. Bye!